Welcome back to Ooh Take It Off, which I did and put on a new outfit because it is a new week. Yes, it is. Thank you. Yes, it is. And it's just me again, just sort of holding down the fort. Don't know why I'm the only one who decided to come to work today. You know what I mean? Like, why do people don't like to work? Nobody likes to work anymore. Really disappointing that we can't get the youth to get back into the office, get back into the swing of things, get back into that New York groove, that New York minute, that happening. I have so much to say and so many things that no one can tell me no to this week, which is really exciting for me. I get to do whatever I want. Beauty. I wanted to talk about Halloween, so that's going to be my beauty segment this week. But we can start off because I missed starting off with it last week of what am I wearing? Which I know is really a burning question because I have a passion for fashion. I'm wearing my first like big boy fashion item, which is like very special to me today, which is my Sean Duvall sweater. It's heaven, and I love it so much. For those of you who don't know, which I can't believe you don't know, Sean Duvall, icon, not really, but like he's cool, and he was a 90s heartthrob. And then I've got on some black cowboy boots. Again, Halloween, and it's not because I think at this point you'll be watching this in November. Oh, my birthday's happened too, which happy birthday to me. Thunderous applause. And my Isabel jeans, my tried and true. They're just like one of my most comfortable staples in my eye. I think everyone needs like a really good pair of maybe like large to wide leg black jeans because you can wear them into the ground for everything and everything and anything, or everything and everything. But like put on a pair of these with a button down and a blazer. You've never looked more chic. People have to let you in to wherever you're trying, to the dinner reservation that you had. Speaking of, one of my friends absolutely blowing up my phone, needing to see me today. Sorry, there's not enough to Cooper to go around. I've got to hold down the fort here all by myself. Well, you know, I'm just talking. I'm kind of just a jackass who's talking, which is not nearly as difficult as what everybody else does on this show, which is edit and record and film and make sure the cameras work and the microphone works. Because if you left me here with the camera, I'd end up dead. The camera wouldn't be working. I would have broken it. So let's jump in. Really, what do we have to talk about this week? What don't we have to talk about this week should be better. I wanted to start with Halloween because it's over, but I wanted to talk about it. You guys, what did you wear? Since it's just us girls. Can we just talk about what we wore? Ooh. Since it's just you and me. Since it's just the two of us. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go insane. The boots came off. Oh, we're getting comfy. We're getting comfy on the pod today. What do you guys feel about this? Is this fun for you? Are you enjoying this? I am. You don't have a choice. No, again, no one can tell me no. Halloween is truly my favorite holiday of the year because you really get to see people swing and miss, which is always so exciting for me. My biggest gripe, just go big. Just go big. I don't care if it's bad. I love a bad Halloween costume. But don't be unforgettable. Like I have a rule with dates as well. I would rather it be terrible than okay. I love a great date and I love a terrible date because both make for a really great story. So don't let me down. And I hope you didn't let me down. I mean, as I'm filming this, unfortunately, I don't know what you've worn, and neither do you. Well, maybe you do. You might have it planned out. You might be one of those freaks. But I think the best Halloween costumes are the ones that you just kind of threw caution to the wind for. I'm interested to see this year what people do. I don't know. Brooke always does something really fabulous because obviously she's an incredible makeup artist. I am so excited to see her costume. I want her to do mine for something. I'd like to do drag one year. Not that I haven't already. But, well, Nicole Kidman, do we count that as drag? I sort of just looked like... It looked like Whodunit and ran. It was toe up, boot nasty. Not my fault. Won't be blamed for that. One of my close friends who lied to her several times, said she could do drag makeup. I had on like a light smoky eye. It was two blue garage doors. I looked like a shitty Katya impersonator, which you'll be dealt with. You'll be dealt with. I mean, again, luckily a natural beauty, so it was really okay and it was fine and things worked out. But she kind of got me good. She got me together a little bit. And also, I do want to talk about its. I want to go into fashion now because again, I unfortunately I have the beauty knowledge of a rock. Um, it's my favorite time of year, and it's time for. Are we done, you guys? Are we done with the minimal? I really hope we are, but I seem to be haunted by it on my Instagram, which I can't tell if it's just because I've hate engaged with the content, um, and now it's all I can get. I I I can't do another year of it. I can't do another year of like what the Paris girls are wearing, minimal rich style, buttoned up boy style. I can't do it, team. I really I really just I need a hero. I need someone I can hold on to till the morning light. What are we wearing for Thanksgiving? What am I wearing for Thanksgiving? I'm so glad you asked. I'm not sure yet because I'm not going home for Thanksgiving, which I am. You know, I love to be with family for Thanksgiving, which is completely unsurprising. But also, I live halfway across the country from family, so it's just a little difficult to fly in and out for like a short holiday. So I'll be wearing something cozy. I'll be wearing something nice and cozy. I'm excited. I think fall is my favorite time of year for dressing. I just can't deal with some of the nonsense I've been seeing out. I had a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, this almost rocked our relationship to the core. Asked me if Shein was okay to buy, and I said, first of all, neck ripped off my head like Exorcist, went around in circles. I threw a green pea soup vomit, everywhere. It was nobody'd seen anything like it. Wasn't even Halloween. I was asked to leave the restaurant, and after we were escorted out, I said no. You guys, when are we going to learn our lesson? I love Granny, my actual Granny. She loves to order things off of Shein, and I really worry about her walking by open flames. She's going to combust. It's made out of gasoline and prayers. It's like it's like 3D printed clothes, team. I think you huff like a credit card's worth of plastic when you put one of those things on. It's not worth it. Pay a little bit more for a nicer outfit that you're going to have for longer. I don't want a white t-shirt that disintegrates into my skin. I don't want to fuse with my clothing. As you know what I mean? I feel like, do you remember? Well, I don't remember, neither do you, because I know that you're not this old. But it's like when they came out with synthetic fabrics and everyone became a walking fire hazard. That's what it feels like is happening again. They said, I can do this cheaper and shittier, and you will buy it. And we are, because it's trendy, and you can wear exactly what someone was wearing on in an image of like Hailey Bieber walking down the street. You know what I mean? Which is, I encourage you to wear trends if you really want to wear trends. I think that's a fun thing. I just wish we wouldn't buy Shein. I went out last night to a place called Basement. Really great venue under the Knockdown Center in NYC, if anyone's familiar with that. I love going out style. I've been wanting to write an article on it for a while. I think this was a different sort of going out style. When people think going out style, I think a lot of people think, going to a bar or cocktails. But like dancing, like the people who go out and religiously dance to some of that industrial, like underground, interesting DJ situation music. Most people are in all black because it is doing its part to be like the Berghain of New York. And people looked cool. But most importantly, what I really liked, there was one person in particular who I saw who I thought was really interesting, which was they like the outfit changed with the evening. Like they came in all layered, then they lost a coat, then they lost the jacket, then they switched out of like a pair of pants to a pair of shorts, and it was all able to be shoved into a locker, and they didn't really care, and they looked cool and effortless and sick, and and free because it was, and they didn't care about it that much, and they were wearing their clothes, and they weren't being so concerned about every little piece or what people thought of them. It looked cool because they didn't care, and that's like one of the pieces that I love about the basement. The basement also doesn't allow any phones inside, which I think is awesome. It's isn't it nice to not worry about a picture or about needing to look good for an Instagram post? You just kind of go and dance and have fun. As we were like walking in, one of the door people said, "Don't talk on the dance floor." Right on, don't talk on the dance floor. We're dancing on the dance floor. That's what we do on the dance floor. And now I want to do a new segment which again they'll never let me do again, but I feel like I'm on here, which is I'd like to have a special guest, and you know her and you love her, or you don't, but you're about to. I told her to pick up the phone. She's gonna pretend like I didn't tell her. So let's see if she picks up if she doesn't pick up the phone. Oh,
hi, boo boo.
And Miss DeVito, you're live on the air. You're live on the podcast this week. How are you doing?
Oh, hi, pod people. I'm doing well, and how are you?
We're doing fantastic. We're dialing you in because this week Cooper sort of run out of content talking to himself and wanted to.
And so he needs to call his crazy mother to fill in. I love that. I'm happy to be of your service today.
Yeah, he wants to have. I mean, I need someone to talk about the fashion and pop culture.
Well, you've come to the right place, sir. You've come to the right place.
I know. I kind of consulted I'm consulting the Oracle. I figured this was the right person to talk.
I don't know if you understand this, but I'm an icon at Nordstrom.
You're an icon at Nordstrom.
I'm an icon. Yes, I made icon status.
Which gives you the perks of it's free soup, right? You get a free soup and a dessert.
So yes, I can get a free free appetizer,
mm-hmm.
free appetizer and a dessert, as well as free alterations, and I get invited to all the pre-shopping parties.
So you get to fight with all the other. Yeah, you get to
spend more money to continue my iconic status.
Is there anything after icon, or have we reached the upper echelon? Is that all there is to achieve?
I really think there should be a Ginger DeVito status, but they haven't answered my numerous emails back. So I think icon is the pinnacle.
Wow, it's like, do you feel like Alexander wept when he saw that there was nothing left to conquer? I mean, is that you've kind of reached the top?
I mean, I've reached the pinnacle. Really, how much more fabulous could I become? If
I don't think you can.
I'm an icon. I mean, come on. I'm being called for podcasts now.
You are. Who's your PR person?
I'm going to get one. I think I'm going to hire one this week. I think I need one. I'm going to have a social media person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a fixer. Mm-hmm. I'll probably need a fixer.
You need a Ray Donovan. Yeah.
I need a cleaner, if you will.
100%.
And I don't really need a stylist because icon. So I think I need to get busy this week.
Would you do grills? Would you ever do grills? I was thinking about this the other day.
No, I would never do a grill.
Why? You love jewelry. Why would you not do grills?
I love jewelry. I love piercings. I love earrings. That's gone a different level of hip hop for me. I'm not cool enough to pull that off.
I think you could do it, and I think you're being.
I've had braces twice in my life, and I don't need shit on my teeth anymore. I'm good. I want pearly whites. I don't want stuff glued to them. I'm good to go.
And I talked about it last week on the pod, but I wanted to get your opinion on it because you were the one who really broke the story. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the second week of True Watch. Welcome back. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. Let's hear it.
Oh my God!
What
First of all, what
say?
happened to Orlando Bloom? When did that?
That was forever ago.
Go down? And B, why is Justin Trudeau's hand on her ass on her yacht? I don't like that, and I really don't like it for Daisy, her sweet little flower of a daughter.
She has a daughter?
Yes, she and Orlando Bloom. Come on, get with your pop culture. You call yourself a podcaster? Seriously.
I'm not normally the one who does pop culture. Brooke is out this. I am literally sitting here. There's two people in this whole building, and one of them is me.
Hi, people running the show. Yes, so she has a sweet little daughter named Daisy, hence the Daisy diamond ring that Orlando Bloom gave her. But I don't like that together. I don't like that together.
And I agree. And I completely. Well, now this is also what I was going to ask you. What else has happened in pop culture? All I saw was Kim Kardashian's birthday, which snooze fest. I don't want to talk about her.
I can't
And
talk about
I'm
her
done.
anymore.
I'm done. If I see one of
No,
them on my
they need no more press.
no
They need to go away. They need a break. They need to go to space permanently and take
permanently.
your mother with you. All of you go.
Well,
All of you go and take what's his face with
she's
you.
starting to
Will of
look. She's
Fortune,
starting
Ryan
to.
Seacrest.
She's starting to look a little uncanny valley. The mom. She's starting to look a
Well,
little.
here's the problem with Chris, who I think is beautiful anyway, and you go, Chris. But she now has to wear a turtleneck and long sleeves the rest of her life because the face doesn't match the body now.
Yeah.
Your hands, your forearms. Trust me, from an icon, the hands age, people. The hands age. The neck ages. The the chest.
The chest.
Yes, the whole situation ages. So she will now forever be seen in a turtleneck.
Well, and you know what? I mean, with a face like she looks like she's, it's implaceable. It's a little weird.
To quote your stepdaddy, what does she look like when she's hosed down? I'm just gonna leave you with that.
What?
When they're hosed down, once you hose them down at night, what do they look like? That's the scary thought in my head.
What else has happened in pop culture that you've been following? I called you for fashion and pop culture. That was the segment I needed a hand with today. That's what I wanted to dial a friend in.
I think it's been a slow week for pop culture. However, there was some sort of a in-style magazine, something or other. Sydney Sweeney killed it. Oh, she looked great. She had this great, look it up if you haven't. Wow. She has this cute little fresh bob haircut. She has this great little soft pink Cinderella-ish dress. Loved it. Kudos to Sydney Sweeney.
I'm gonna have
looked great.
I'm gonna have to trust you on that one. I'm not her biggest fan.
You don't have to be a fan to be impressed by the look. The look, it's very, what's this word that you kids use? Demure. It was very demure.
Oh.
Very, very demure,
Okay.
very in. It was a great look for her. Because I'm not necessarily a fan, but yeah.
Okay, I need to look it up. I haven't seen that.
I think it's a fall break, slow week kind of pop culture. Not a lot, no movie situations,
I know.
no drama.
Well, there's
no
there's that new Begonia, which is that new like Yorgos Lanthimos movie, which we do need to see. And I know you hate his movies, and I do too. But I do feel like she's gonna win for shaving her head.
Probably, but I do want to see what's the cutie Australian in the Frankenstein situation? Who's
that
cutie?
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi,
Yeah.
Did you see the makeup he had to go into?
It looks crazy.
11
It doesn't even
hours
look like
of
him.
makeup. How do you sit still for 11 hours?
Well, it's like when What's His Face did The Grinch, where it's like he had to have CIA
Jim
torture
Carrey.
training.
Yeah. I would have to be sedated.
Sedate.
Just bring me the Klonopin and a vodka.
No,
and
I would need a
you can do your
K-pin
work.
and an injection. I would not be able to be up.
Something would need to happen there. I could not do that conscious.
No.
No. That's not going to happen. But other than that, it's been a slow week. I think Halloween coming up, that there will be, Heidi Klum's big Halloween party.
Can't wait to see
that.
Can't wait to see that.
That'll be outstanding. And no fresh music, no drops, no nothing. It's kind of dull, October dull. I think everyone's picking apples and leaf peeping.
They are. And there a lot of leaf peeping going on. And speaking of leaf peeping, the people want to peep. They want to know. They want to see what you're doing. Let's give the people a fashion tip, if you will.
Into a day in the life of Ginger Mama. Got into a day in the life.
I want a fashion. No, not a day in the life. Not a day in the life. I want a fashion tip. We want a fashion styling tip from you. What do you have to tell the people? Mm-hmm.
So people, children, kids, less is more. I don't need to see all the skin that's happening. I don't need to see the skin. But I think my best tip to look polished and put together is you always need to have 3 things on. It's kind of from the Ralph Lauren School of Styling. When I worked for Nordstrom. Oh, by the way, did I tell you I worked for Nordstrom before I was an icon?
Because you're an icon.
For years, I actually was a pace sitter for them. So I'm iconic on both sides of the aisle of Nordstrom, if you will. Mm-hmm. But I think 3 pieces. You can't just wear a shirt and a top. You need a little jacket. You need a little vest. You need a little pop of color. Mm-hmm. Let's not do granimals. We don't do 2 colors. We do 3. We do 3 pieces. We do 3 colors. That's my tip.
Okay, and I love that. And unfortunately, I am wearing all black today, so I've already broken the tip.
Well, then where have I gone wrong with you? That is the exception.
Okay.
Monochromatic is the exception. If you're pulling off an all white look, an all black look, I love an all gray look. I love an all gray with a chocolate brown shoe. Oh, love. But I think black and white are the exceptions there. I think when you're doing the monochromatic thing, that's fine. But you always need some sort of style of your own, whether you're a jewelry person, whether you're a bracelet person, something. You need something that's you with every outfit. Mm-hmm. A piece of something.
Just a piece. And
One
then
piece.
I have to know, we ask every guest, who's your ooh take it off this week, and who's your he had that shit on, or she had that shit on, or they had that shit on?
Oh, well, I'm going to go with Sydney Sweeney.
Okay, wow, that's
her
this will
look
be
was
a first for the
outstanding.
show. Okay, so Sydney Sweeney had
Yeah.
that shit on for you.
I mean, you gotta Google that.
I will.
It is glamour. It is glamorous, and it is classy, and it is because she's got those big hunking boobs.
I know she
it's
does.
hard to look glamorous with those big.
She's got the gals. Yeah.
But she's got them kind of tied up in a nice little tasteful way, if you will, and it's the bob haircut for me.
Okay.
Anyway, she got that shit going on for me this week. Who didn't? Gosh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
That's fair. It can be someone from your own life. I've definitely named people who nobody knows.
Oh, probably Joe.
Yeah, well,
Joe.
Ooh, take it off.
Although he did have an outfit on this week that I didn't dress him for work with his fancy tie from Bergie's. Wow. If I weren't married to him, I would make a move. He looked great.
Well, look at that. Joe had that. Joe needs to take it off, but also had that shit on. And
he had that shit on. Friday at work, he had that shit on. And you know how Scottsdale is. All those little girls were taking a look, and I was about to gouge some eyeballs out.
Yeah, you had to kill somebody.
Keep your eyes in your own head for the married people. If they're married, children, we don't go after married people. We don't do that.
All right,
so, another tip.
I love you. I'm going to finish out the episode today. Thank you for being.
Bye, Pod Peeps. I'm late for brunch, so I've really got to go. I've got to go anyway. So
you got to get to brunch.
I've got brunch. It's a situation going on with brunch. I've got to go.
I love you. You're the best.
All right. I love you. Have a great. Tell the pod people. Hi, Podland. Let's do this again real soon.
Real soon.
Real soon.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, an icon, a legend. She is the moment. I mean, come on now. And her tip of the week is she doesn't want to see your tip, so put those clothes on, kids. God, love Mom. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we all so lucky? I mean, can't you see where I got it from? The comedy, the beauty, the style, the humble. We're humble people. And that brings me to my my little last of the week this week. I mean, she kind of covered some pop culture. I cannot believe she liked Sydney. I need to look up whatever the fuck Sydney Sweeney was wearing. The problem is, I don't know when she saw it, how long ago it was, what she saw it on, because this could be from 7 months ago. This could be from now. This could be from a week ago. It could be from 2 years ago. Which is what I love about her. She'll be like, did you see that new show? And it was a rerun of like Frasier. But you got to know what she's talking about. It's all about context, because she's in the now, but she's also in the now in her own way. An icon. Ladies and gentlemen, a Nordstrom icon, Ginger DeVito. Love her to death. Love you, Ma. Who I don't think watches the podcast and probably won't even watch this, which really makes her even more iconic. I was thinking about calling my granny for this, but that's if you think your grandmother or mom is hard to get off the phone, Kathleen Stromberg is hard to get off the phone. Good luck. Best of luck to you. She's the best. She once went live on Instagram Live, and didn't know was just kind of looking at the phone. And I got a call from a friend that was like, "Hey, not sure if you know, your grandmother is unfortunately going to go ahead and be live on Instagram, so you might want to check in on that." And we've got a couple other things I wanted to cover other than my own family. Nothing really coming up fashion-wise in my head. She did mention Heidi Klum's party, which I'm excited to see what the hell Heidi Klum goes as this year, because it's always something methy. And then we have the inevitable, which is my least favorite time of the year, is when people start to celebrate Christmas now. I'm seeing the Christmas villages in New York are being set up now. Ladies and gentlemen, now. I don't want to raise any alarm bells, but I kind of do feel like I need to raise an alarm bell. Why the fuck is the Christmas village being set up and it's October? Hey, it's October. Hey, guys. October. Hey, October. Could we give the holidays 8 seconds to breathe? Could we give them 8 seconds to breathe? Please, please, for the love of Christ. And yeah, I'm a big proponent of like, we really need to have some space between the seasons. It's the whole point. It's how you know what to wear. I do think there's, sorry, I'm getting back to an important fashion thing here. This is not just me rambling, but you need actual like space and breathing room between seasons. Cause if you don't have that, then there's no breakup in terms of like, oh, well, if we're already doing Christmas, I guess I can start to wear Christmas clothes. No, you can't. Take the sweater off, Jackie. I don't want to see it. I need to check out Miss Sweeney because I didn't know she had a bob. I love a bob. I love a challenging haircut. Ooh, I want to get a challenging haircut so bad. I also want grills. Mom doesn't have to know that because fun, right? Fun. A little jewelry for the teeth. Why did the teeth have to get left out? I had braces for the longest time. And I actually kind of like, once you get over the fact that you have braces as a full-blown adult, I also was rocking a mullet still at that time. It's like you kind of just have to say like, hey, I'm 20, 21, I've got braces and a mullet, and that's my life, and that's my truth. So, unique York, you can't really be that mad about those sorts of things, and you gotta maybe, and I got them off. And now I will say I do want that kind of tooth dazzle again. Was that an infomercial from the 2000s? I'd buy a tooth dazzle. And yeah, I want some grills and I want a challenging haircut again because I think, as I said last week, hair is the frame to the soul. And my hair, maybe it's just me. I really don't care that much. I mean, I care to make sure that it looks the way I want it to look, but I will go into a barber and just be like, mess it up. Fuck that shit up. I do not. I'm going to work with it. We're going to have some fun. I've been wanting to look like Lisbeth Salamander from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo for years. Is anybody cooler than Lisbeth Salamander? Are we kidding? Are we kidding? Maybe that's what I'll go as for Halloween. God, that is a great movie. Have you seen that movie? Have you guys seen that movie? A perfect movie. A perfect film. I need to rewatch. Well, I just watched it twice. I watched it once by myself in a state of depression, which is the season, and then I watched it once with a close friend and former guest of the pod, Josephine Dion Wright, who was sitting right here. I'm sitting in Brooke's spot today, and last week, which is a little weird, but no, J Money, J Unit, Josie Hendricks and the Purple Haze. Was on the podcast, and she just for the first time watched Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, La Femme de Dragoon Tattoo. That wasn't French, but you can make it up. For this week, my who had that shit on, Ginger DeVito. Ma, I love you. You always look stylish, and I hope you send me a picture of what you wore to brunch because I know it was fantastic. And my ooh, take it off. Ooh, take it off. It is hard. She's right. It's tough for me to come up with a new one every week. And I know that I have to do it, which you'd think I would take some consideration and thought into it. But I don't, because it's kind of fun to just come up with something on the spot. Maybe... take it off. Is maybe I've been watching some of the trailers for the new movies that are coming out. And it's a tentative take it off to Begonia, which I do think I need to see. I've never been a big fan of him. I didn't even like The Favorite. So my take it off this week might be to Begonia, but that remains to be seen. So I love you guys, tolerating you. We'll talk soon. Hopefully I'll have a guest or a partner in crime next time. As much fun as it is to talk to you guys alone, I do like to have someone to banter with. I mean, we had Ma, but that's different. She's McKin. Anyways, tolerating you. See you next week. Bye.